it's our first live, so we're here because we know that our community loves us and they want to see us in real time. So we decided, why not just come online live and discuss with you? You discuss with us. So for those that are online live, we're grateful for coming on live. We're going to be gisting mostly, but feel free to join the gist. So that's how it's going to flow today.
Yes. So leave a comment in the comment section, whether you're on TikTok or you're on YouTube. You can leave a comment. We'll see your comments and we'll respond to your comments. We want to hear from you. We want to see you. What do you feel? Have you been enjoying our videos? Have you been enjoying our podcast? You don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe on our page if you have been watching us before. If you're a new viewer, welcome.
And also share with your friends. Share with your community.
Okay, so today we're talking about
We're starting
issues,
with trending topics.
trending topics.
That's
Exactly,
what.
right? Mhm.
Yeah.
So what is trending that we want to talk about?
So many things on social media. Like so
Yeah.
many, yeah, a lot to catch up with. But there's this topic that was discussed about men, families in diaspora generally, like when the perception or like the belief that men have that women change over time when they come abroad, like,
That's
oh,
it.
my wife has changed, she's not that submissive again, and things like that. Is that like, what's your opinion? Have you ever heard something
Oh
about
yeah, yeah. Even before we left our country to where we are now, I know of some people in my circle that said, "Oh, they are not going to relocate because abroad embodies women, as it makes women bold and they are no longer submissive." So I heard that before I left Nigeria to Canada, and even here, you hear it, but is it true? Is it statistically proven? I don't think so. But I know that from my own reality, the culture we come from does not give an enabling environment for women to air all their views. So for the good of the general public, they just stay subservient. And then this part of the world, everybody, child, woman, even the dog has a view. So
yeah.
when they come here and the woman is now more verbal, more insisting of, oh, you have to respect me, they now feel that, okay, oh, this woman is no longer submissive. So that's my own view. I don't think it
Well, I,
does.
I would come from the side of two positions.
Mm.
Now, looking at it's true, but might be overrated in some situations. I feel it's exaggerated in some instances, but
Mhm.
it actually does happen. There are instances where women come over, maybe the woman not being subservient, she has been cooperative before, maybe with the husband, with the family. The home might have been, united in whatever they have been doing, whatever way you have been relating with your spouse before. But some marriages, some men might notice that they come to the foreign country, UK, Canada, US, Poland, wherever it is, even Australia, as
Mhm.
long as it is not an African country per se. And some ladies they change, their behavior kind of changes, their relationship tends to change. It actually has happened because I've had friends where there was a scenario where there was this woman where she is in the marriage with her husband. They moved to Canada and they are living together. I don't know their family dynamics.
Dynamics,
I'm
yeah.
not close to them. I really don't know them per se. But do you know that this lady sponsored a boyfriend, her ex lover in her home country,
Hmm?
and made the guy come over to Canada, got a place for him, and they were still having relationship even under the. Eventually, now the marriage is on the rocks because
Mhm.
the
That's what
whatever you
happened to me.
hide will just come out. And there are some people that they get married. Maybe the lady they were the husband or the man, because particularly it's men that cry about this kind of
Mm-hmm.
scenario. So the guy is in the country,
Mhm.
outside the country, and then he got married to a woman from his hometown because maybe he couldn't get somebody
Around,
around to
yeah,
get
yeah,
married to.
yeah.
And partly part of his perspective might be that, oh, the women here are too, their eyes are too open. So he wants to get somebody he feels that will understand it has not been
Being
indoctrinated,
exposed, or
well, let's
is it
use this, not really exposed, but has not been contaminated
with the
with the Western
lifestyle?
ideologies.
Ideologies, yeah.
And the woman came into the Western world. And the next thing is they had problem because the lady is now becoming very proud or feeling like I'm now in a new country. Now, I don't know the scenario between the two of them because it might not be the woman's fault. The man might have, because I know it's so easy.
I'm
Like
just
you are
I'm
feeling
thinking.
I
Seriously.
was telling her to finish her.
Yes,
Yeah.
what I'm trying to
thinking.
say in essence is this. I'm not even justifying whether the man didn't treat the woman wrongly before she
Right.
acted that way. I'm just trying to say that some of them actually happened. Some women or spouse that used to know that was cooperative, let me use that word, whether financially, home wise, and everything socially was cooperative. I won't say subservient or subjective. But later, when you are now here, even in your normal setting, all of a sudden, the man becomes changed. She wants to join society. She wants to party. And you're like, no, we didn't used to do this before. Now, trying to tell her, can you adjust? Can you? Of course, some people, this all depends on how you approach the whole scenario. So it's not for me, not one shoe
Fits
size
all.
fits
Yeah,
all.
yeah. So
Yeah, he
true.
might
So
try to
true.
talk to her and she feels now, I'm not listening to you. I mean, this is my new life. I have changed. You have to accept my change. And he's not wanting to accept the change. And that's what happens.
From my own view, I would want to say everyone coming abroad, even for the children, has like changes happened in everyone's life. And we all know if we want to be like sincere, like living abroad can be kind of, should I say, frustrating, can be stressful compared to back, can be stressful, and also like because combining everything before you know you go to work, come back, you need to tend to kids, you don't have help. I always talk
Mm-hmm.
about that. Yeah. So and our men, maybe this mentality we have, they had back home. Like everyone was come. My wife is this kind. She would do this. She would, in fact, some women would even wash clothes, do the laundry, like iron clothes, and do like getting here. The woman is working full time. Unlike back home, men are carrying majority of the bill. Some women are not working, so they might have that kind of time. Some women do not even do full time work back home. Like, oh, but here, everyone has to move. Like the husband is working, the wife is working. So I think men needs to shift ground too. Do you get my point? Like, oh, if you back home you don't assist her at home in chores. Here, fine, we understand man is the head of the family, but we still need to work together as a family. And if the woman here, that kind of woman is not getting that kind of assistance, won't she like you would see the other side of her? I believe when you give a woman a lemon, she will make lemonade out of it. She has gone to work from morning till like at times you might be at home since morning watching TV. She's
Yeah.
coming back and you're still waiting for her to come and prepare what you. And if that kind of woman say, "Oh, I'm tired, I can't make meal immediately," or the meal has to stay till later in the day, let me take some rest. It will be like, "Oh, you came here, you become something else." So
Yeah.
yeah, in that situation when you hear things like that, ask what exactly is happening in that family. But because I don't want to believe there will be someone back home that doesn't attend parties, that used to be so reserved, then you now get it. What's the big thing here for you to now start saying, "Oh, I want to join that gang of party going people"?
So there's a proverb we say in Niger Delta that says,
Continue.
fowl, eh? When go get plenty color. Now
Now
for
from
small
small pikin
picking,
you go know am.
then go know. So what that means is by their fruit you should know them scripturally now. So I want to put this in different blocks. A woman that leaves Nigeria as a case study and comes to Canada and all of a sudden wants to party, wants to live a wild life, it was always in her.
In her, probably she was
She
pretending.
was maybe not pretending, maybe culturally, because the culture does not really, once they see a woman go to a nightclub, people feel somehow. Or maybe the religion she belongs to was a bit, conditioning in that regard. And then she comes here and she feels that, oh, nobody's watching me. And then she comes here and she's curious, oh, this salient, what I call the bucket list things I'd wanted to do. Let me do it before. Let me at least tick it off. So that's on the one side. Then on the relationship side, if it's husband and wife relationship, if there was never a crack in the relationship from home, I feel living abroad is like a booster. It expands whatever is there. You know,
Sorry, you
that's
have to.
that's what I. Sorry,
Okay,
let me
connect.
take that. That's what I think in
Now,
that
apparently,
in
there's
that
some
regard.
situation that they had stable marriage back home. There was fine. There's no marriage that doesn't have its up and down, right? But it might not get to that. It might not get as worse as maybe separation or divorce, right? But coming here, a lot of marriages that get scattered, that couples go on different ways. Like some of it might not have problem back home.
Yes. Again, remember when you were talking earlier, you said sometimes the pressure of living in this part of the world. So let's not forget the question. The question is women come here and change. I
That's men's
believe that
opinion.
everybody changes,
Changes
including
even
the children.
yeah, even that's why I said because
So everybody
relocating
changes
has
when
its
they come
impact,
here. So they
impact
shouldn't
on
narrow it only.
to women.
Yes.
But just because from our background, from where we come, like a woman's voice, fine, we all have voices. Every woman has a voice, but the voice is not as high. Let me use that, not as high as a man's voice.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why maybe when a woman comes here, you have that voice. But that being said, we can't entirely say there are no women who actually changed.
Yeah, that's
the
true. It
fact
can't be
that,
absolute.
Oh yeah, the fact that some women knew, oh, this is should I say, like, I have that freedom here. There's nothing you can do to me. It's either you go on your way. So and some women purposely might act so that they can have, maybe they're tired of the marriage. So let me just bring up this behavior.
Yes, and again too is the fact that the law favors here.
a woman,
because back home, even if you're having issues with your husband, if you go to the police station, give example now, oh, my husband slapped me, and then you go to the police station, no matter what you say, unless maybe they can physically see that you were battered, the first question they will ask the woman is, what did you do?
What caused it?
What caused it? So they somehow circle it back to the woman that it's your fault. Go and love your husband. Go and pray for him. Go and somebody said something one time and said, you see women going all night to pray for their husbands. How many men have you seen gone for all night to pray for their wives?
Oh no, some men, no.
How many in terms of percentage?
We can't.
What are you telling me?
Why
are we being there? No, you came from Nigeria now. Let's call it what it is. Yes, but percentage wise.
Okay.
Let me even narrow it down to fruit of the womb. How many men have you seen to go for night prayer for fruit of the womb? Is it not his seed that brings about the fruit?
Yeah.
So again, we live in a climate where the woman is the one everybody is shining torch on.
Even when there's infertility issue, nobody would think towards like
the man. They always my issue, the reason why I'm always my issue is the fact that the question or what is trending, as always, the woman is the one carrying the heavy load. If they say, oh, a relocation has effect on the family, I won't be this ramped up. The moment you say relocation has a way of making women change, then you get to be on fire.
I think for me too, I don't support that kind of statement. Like I don't think everyone changed, and we still need to change. Like because getting an entire a different environment, your career path is quite different, and like even family dynamics, everything changed. So everyone needs to kind of adjust.
Right.
The woman is not a machine, like I always tell people. Like you are stressed, she's also stressed. She's going to work here. So everybody we need to come to a common ground. We need to assist each other to achieve that common goal, which is happiness and peace in the home. So if a woman is overstressed, too tired, and she would not got things, and before you know it, they'll start saying, "Oh, she has changed. She has." No.
Yeah, but to add to what Usa said, I know I've heard stories of women that come here and become unruly promiscuous. So that is there, but I don't know if it speaks for the larger percentage of what is happening. But I know, generally speaking, on a broad stroke, relocation has its effect on the man, the woman, and the children. And then as a family, they all have to come together, for it to make that transition, because everybody would change. The man has to, if they are coming from a place where they had a lot of community support, the man now has to start doing chores that he didn't used to do.
That's right.
Now, for the woman, maybe she had her girlfriends or her community to hang out with, or the man. Okay, let me give a very good example. Before we came here, my husband he's a footballer. He likes football and everything. He's the type that will wear jersey on the day of sport. Is that committed? Is either Baka or nothing else. Yes, it's a Baka fan. On the day that Baka is winning, the sky is blue. The day the Chelsea is the day Baka is not winning, everything is great. So now he has come this way. The time difference doesn't make it easy for him to watch, keep up and everything. It would be insensitive of me to know that, okay, this man, whatever he used to do to indulge himself and then tell him that, oh, don't, if maybe he wants to go out, I say, don't go out. That would be insensitive because I know that whatever hobby he had, he's not able to. And then, so you give grace. That's my point. Everybody should give grace to each other. Again, the reason why I'm all talk is because they made it about the woman. This shouldn't be about the woman. That's my complaint.
Even the children change. Some of them will change if you are not very like if you don't take your ground and say, oh, this is the rule of the. We see children that change.
And but when we change, let's not change for the worse. It's always good to change for the better, because as we say, the woman accommodate the man. The man should accommodate the woman should also accommodate the man, because everybody's under pressure when you move abroad, and then you now have a woman that is maybe not really not about house chores. Sometimes, yes, I agree with what Okiki said. Support your wife, house chores, support the whole families together. You are together and everything. But we now talk about attitudinal change, behavioral change, not
one
just
thing leads to the other. Like
sometimes it's not always like that. Why are you defending women? You don't
not defending women. Like I said, everybody coming abroad is a lot, as in it's a lot. So like everybody has these changes that happen in their life. But this kind of quote, or what I would like to say, this saying that the woman, everybody, that's what I'm saying. Even when you notice your children, they will change because they kind of see some things here and they want to
behaviors that are not permitted in your culture.
In your culture, it's you that will stand your ground and say no. Even when we look at it, some people, the rate at which they were religious back home, getting here, the level of like prayer time, going to church reduced. That is a change, right?
That's a change.
People, when you watch some people, their dressing changed. Some people do not wear short things back home because I'm a married woman. I can't. But come here, you see them because maybe their ideology changed and so wearing this doesn't mean anything.
No. I disagree. It's back to that my proverb. It was in them from the beginning. They were just looking for expression.
Not 100%. When it comes to dressing, maybe that's why you are insisting. Not 100%. Personally, the older you grow, even naturally, whether in diaspora or in your home country, your perspective of a lot of things might change. I'm not the same way I was 10 years ago.
But you're not naked now.
No, it's not about you. You're focusing about that area. I'm talking about in general, right? Okay. My perspective on a lot of things change. When you grow older too, sometimes you realize that, life is moving. And that's why when you get when a woman especially gets to 40, 42, it's like, I've been laboring with kids all this life while running around taking care of children. I'm not even taking care of my looks. And that's why sometimes their looks upgrade. Some of them at that time, they want to change their looks. Now look like, oh, you are not dressing like this. I'm not talking about naked, opening up yourself or exposing yourself. I'm just trying looking good.
Right.
Some of them are now more conscious of hair. I mean, look at your hair, man.
No.
You look like under 16.
Is it because that kind of a woman relocated abroad that she changed? Can we attribute a change to relocating abroad or age?
No,
like you said.
So that would be
people will now tell me and say, "Oh, she has gone
to." Yes, so that's why I'm also letting our people know.
Conscious or she's no. It might be age, like you said, but not, even if she was in Nigeria back home, she might realize that, oh, I'm not getting any younger. I think I want to change some look.
I want to upgrade my way I've been.
She doesn't because of abroad.
So as long as it's within the premise of moderation, I can understand that as the ages go, you want to look different, you want to explore. Because when I was in my 20s, I never thought I would color my hair. I'm just being real. I never thought I would color my hair, but look at me with colored hair.
It looks beautiful.
And I remember even before now, I was wearing dreads. I remember when I posted a picture of dreads on my Facebook page, somebody said this, all these sisters, when you get abroad, you change. Somebody wrote that on my comment section.
And maybe you
And in my head, I'm like, as long as I'm within the premise of moderation, then it's
It
good.
might even be
but you see, what is
confusing.
moderation to
if-
you is not.
Nakedness is not moderation to anybody
No,
in a
I'm
certain
not
way.
saying
As
it's not.
abroad, if she was back home, maybe she's got tired of the dread.
Yeah.
Yeah, but having color doesn't mean.
No,
but why
I'm
would
not
you
saying
people
it
claim
means. What I'm trying to bring
abroad?
out is this: for you, is still within the premise of moderation. For some people, it's extreme. You are going out of that moderation circle
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
I'm not even talking about the extreme one.
Mhm.
So moderation to individual differ.
No, there's
There's the one that is societally acceptable. We are insisting here, but
Okay.
moderation. Okay, going back to this matter about women changing. I feel most time when the men complain, or some men, because not all
No
men,
men,
yeah, and some, like I said, are just exaggerating, or they
Yeah,
are the
yeah.
ones that actually need to change to catch up. But sometimes when they comment like this, it's more likely, it might be likely because they feel that the lady is attitudinal change. Maybe she's no more, you
No,
talk
the-
one, she talks 10. There are some people that have
Or
changed.
the things in the
Some of
other
them
room
have
has
changed in the real fact of things. And that's why when you go abroad, don't change. Don't let your attitude to your spouse, whether it's the man to the woman, because some men grow out of our country. That's when they now start getting some side chicks, start seeing some nice
Where do they
babes.
see the money? I hear that. Just where do they see money to do all
Here,
this?
you don't need too much money.
Because I know ladies get it like, because this
No
money is not
comment, no
enough.
comment.
This money is not enough. I'm like, where do they see the money? Do they go on shift, work hours, and now give it to?
No, no.
They are making good money. Some make good money, no
No,
doubt.
no,
Yeah,
hold
but
on
then
now.
they're not.
Hold
It's
on,
not easy
hold
to
on,
make this
hold on.
money now. In this
I
cold.
think we're coming. I think we're coming from the part where in our country, if you take a woman out, you have to pay.
Okay.
But here, you take a woman out, you don't necessarily have to pay.
Okay.
And then sometimes, depending on the category, they are not too expensive.
Yeah.
A lot of young girls or single girls are looking for guys, so
Yeah,
they
so
are
I
not
don't
too
think
expensive.
yeah.
It's
They
not.
don't come too expensive in
So I
their
don't
demands.
think
But is
it's a
that
money
not,
thing. I think
aside
it's
from money thing, is it not liver for that man?
so
Yeah, in this
leave her
environment,
house.
like you get liver, you want to
So-
read something.
No, they will test it out now. When they test the water once,
Like what
twice.
if your wife knows in
Aye.
court?
Okay, let's
I still maintain my proverb. If that
Yeah.
inkling is not
is
there,
that person.
even if he comes here and all the women here they are made of gold and silver, he won't change.
Okay.
That's my
So men
view.
change, everybody change.
Everybody
Even,
change.
yeah, so why
So what is our final advice into couples or families that are having this, oh, she has changed, she's no more the way she used to be before. This woman before, when I tell her, oh, please, where's my food, she will quickly bring it. Now she doesn't even agree. She tell me to go and microwave. She told me your food is in the freezer. What is that? Because I brought her abroad, now she has changed. That's some complaint.
Okay, for me, I want to say communication. You know, someone that you think change might not even know. It might be stress on her part that made her become that kind of woman or man that you think he or she is now. So call that person. I'm noticing some things in you. You were never like this. I've been married to you for maybe this number of years. You have never been this way. But since we came here, I've seen this pattern. Like, oh, maybe when I call you now, or when I ask for food, you ask me to take it from microwave. Is there anything? That's me. I believe so much in communication. The woman might not even know. You might call her attention at that moment. And if it's something she was doing on purpose, then maybe that might make her rethink and say, oh, it's not making my husband happy. But if it's a woman that signed out finally, maybe her mind is made up. She will say, I'm happy. This thing is even getting her. I can't target.
Because she has been sacrificing since. Now she's like, go and take care of yourself. I mean, let's share
Sorry
responsibilities.
to cut to share this
Go
story.
ahead.
Like the woman, it's in this Canada. Like the wife changed in this award, changed like this, and the man said, "No, I asked the man, what has it?" Because she said she wasn't that way. Like, what is it you've done? Because they came to Canada less than 2 years before this whole issue. In fact, the wife moved out and went with the children, but the husband, when they got here, like the wife got a better job, she was doing better, so the husband was at her mercy. But the man said nothing. I said, are you sure back home? Because some women can things, like maybe probably the woman had canned all this time and said one day we'll get to
I'll be liberated.
But the man said no, there's nothing. That then it was then that was his what was it then that you were doing? Because I don't want to believe within space of 2 years someone can just become this to you.
Right.
But he never said, he just said, so it might be another thing, but we should still learn to forgive. It might be a changed person. Like give the man an opportunity to.
So I still hold on tenaciously to the fact that people change, whether they're in Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Singapore, or Canada. As marriage goes older, people inside the marriage changes. Now, that change would, if it's going to be for good, is now dependent on the level of communication between the couple,
Just like she
which you
said.
have said. Now, again, we must also push that further because I remember in one of our episodes, I think you were the one that asked that question. They've been talking, the man is not changing. What do you do? So if you've done one-on-one communication and you are not able to reach the man, or the woman is not able to reach the man, there has to be somebody senior in your circle of friends or circle of influence. It might be church based, it might be whatever based, that you can meet, that is a neutral person that will look at whatever that we mediate. That would be the next thing I would say, go and do it. But if after having done everything and all have failed, well, you have to take a decision. That's my own.
Yeah. Well, whichever way, I just think that couples should also try and adjust. If, as long as there is no physical, there is no waywardness from any of the party, whether the husband or the wife. When I say waywardness, I'm trying to say like there is no detachment, emotional detachment, where she doesn't even care about you, he doesn't even care about you. Those are the attitudinal change that I feel that some people might complain about, not the house chores related.
Right.
So if it's attitudinal change, she treats you like no emotional. Maybe the man is always on his phone nowadays. He doesn't give you time. Those are some changes people complain about, or the woman, and the other way around. So if you should change, you should try and catch up. You improve. If you notice the person is usually on your phone, or you are the one that has been on your phone, like Akwiki said, communicate about it. You're always on your phone nowadays. Like me, sometimes I'm always on my phone because we are content creators.
Right.
You'll find yourself on the phone doing one thing or that. So many things are enclosed inside that small phone.
Yeah.
You can even be a student and all your life is inside that phone. What you read, a Christian, whatever you do, even if you are watching messages, if you're a religious person, Christian or Muslim, anything you do is now on the phone. So whatever you are doing on the phone might be very, very important to you. But so because of that, you are not aware that you are spending this length of time on the phone. And your spouse will tell you, oh, you've spent so length of time. Oh, in fact, this is what I'm actually doing. You communicate. Like my husband, it happens to me. That's why I can make. My husband will tell me, you've spent so much. You are now on your phone. No, every time. This is your phone. I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, this is what I'm actually doing. I have to explain what I'm doing, the things I have done, and whatever. And that gives me a perspective that, okay. And then makes me like, okay, let me round up and give this guy some time.
Yeah.
Because if this phone is so addictive, you can forget. And you are just, even the person is talking to you. And you are just, okay. If you're on your phone, you do go into Facebook and if it's
So many
frivolous things, Instagram, you are looking at YouTube and watching skits and funny videos. So all these things can impact on the relationship. So those are areas that spouses can say, oh, this person has changed.
Yeah.
That you need to adjust.
But at times it might be there's a family story that I heard like it's just about church. Though they are they are together. They will be like they are together as a family. But the complaint is maybe the wife comes back tired and things like that. I might even be in the other room. Like maybe
Do you want to go there?
maybe walking back home anytime you say you blow your whistle, the woman is available. But here now, someone that has gone since morning probably tired and say, oh no, the man might start thinking, oh, because you got there, is there maybe there's someone else taking your attention, and honestly, might not be as if the woman has. So many.
I watched a funny video today, and I'm not going to call the preacher's name for good reason, but he was doing this kind of, I think it was a marriage counseling kind of service, and a guy picked up the mic and said, what would you advise if I call my wife and tell her that this night it is going on? In the morning, that was when he said it, to tell the wife that this night this will happen.
Why is he booking ahead?
Wait, Nana, story they come. So that this night is going to happen. And then night comes, he's all ready for it. And then the woman says, I am tired. And then he thinks that, maybe if he maybe makes some move, the woman would finally, and then he said the pain of elbow. Because as he's trying to get familiar, the woman elbowed
Oh.
him. That the pain of elbow the next day was still in his mind. And he is a lecturer where he gets temptation every day. So because you are telling you, I'm going by your story. You said the woman is tired. But this man gave pre-booking. He booked ahead. So in that
But the tiredness now, you can't tell.
no, so what the preacher now said is the woman is in the wrong. That's how he said. He said because in this particular scenario, the man had called you ahead to say, "Oh, I'm feeling this way. I need this." That is not the day you will now go and do all the activities that will tire you out. That was his view. But I don't know. Mosas is looking on one side. Let us have something to say.
Which kind of book ahead?
He said he booked ahead.
That
Anyway.
becoming too serious. Why is he booking ahead?
No. He could give her notice. Yeah,
Yeah.
because sometimes you prepare the person ahead. So there was nothing wrong in him saying it. Sometimes it improves the expectation.
Right.
So sometimes it fires like, okay, let me get ready. Something is, so there's nothing
So
out
the
of
woman
place.
for
However, I feel that both of them are on the wrong. Now, the woman that elbowed overdid it. She's tired, true, but there are other ways. We women sometimes we do, myself inclusive. Confession time, yeah. So we will like, if you touch me, please remove that hand. Remove that hand. Sometimes we do that, and then we should. So, but I think I would say the woman was on the wrong in the sense that she should have maybe communicated better. I'm really, really tired. Sorry, please, nothing. And then maybe, sometimes there's this tiredness that touch is irritating you. Your body is doing like fire as if it is a snake that is touching you. Because
but the fact that the
your
man
emotion,
fed it ahead,
forget about the ahead.
counts to
Ahead will
something.
not, if she worked herself tired, or there are some scenarios you can't help yourself. So let's even leave the man being ahead.
I know the last thing you said, you were saying that even women get tired.
So sometimes
even if the man
truthfully,
says ahead. But
Yeah.
would that not now make the man say, okay, next time I'm not going to even tell her ahead, since it doesn't make any difference?
No, the man shouldn't be that rigid. If she just said, "Oh, I'm tired," in fact, there are some things you didn't expect that happened, and your body just does not cooperate, whether he has told you ahead or not. Because even before he mentioned it, he doesn't know the state of activity you needed to do. So he mentioned it, he didn't mention it, does not mean it's automatic. Your body is still your body. Headache might not give you notice. Body pains will not give you notice. I've experienced all that too. So, but it's the communication that is lacking in this scenario. Okay, where the woman initially told, "I'm tired," or maybe she told, I'm tired," and he was still trying to like, maybe when I keep up, she will react. And then she was like, "Well, this one I'm serious," to show her level of seriousness. She jabbed him. No, she gave him a jab, like, "See, leave me alone," and everything. Or maybe some people will scream or shout or raise their voice, and that will like everything will just go down, that kind of a thing. And the man will feel hurt, of course, dehumanized or demoralized and everything. But he should still man up, build up some kind of, well, okay, let me just understand with her. She was tired. Then, yesterday, why did you have to help me? Just tell me now. I was trying to stimulate you to see if you would come up. Because there are some time maybe between couples, you still try, and later she will respond. And you'll be like, okay, maybe this is one of those days. But probably that was not one of those days. So she gave you a jab. Like, say, she's really tired, let me leave her. So you calm down and you tell and now waiting with this now we are trying to make homes and make people know that you can go in this direction. You can be matured and take the high road, high ground, high moral ground. And like, okay, my wife, sorry, but you shouldn't have jacked me like that. I just thought maybe if I continued, you will cooperate, but no problem. Ready for me today, shall don't go and and the wife might adjust, but if you now notice the wife, I'm like, I bet leave me, then you now know there's something beyond that. So it's all a communication matter. I think I have spoken for the guys too, right?
So I would just add this on the top, and I think it's one relationship very well known. Again, I wouldn't call it. What he said that he usually advises such couples is people get tired. To your point, people get tired. Anything could have happened. Between that time, the man told her in the morning and the night, she could have developed a fever or menstrual pain or whatever that made it legit for her not to. That she would, what they go by is whoever turns the other one down the onus is now on that person
to make the move next
make
time.
the move the next time.
What if the person doesn't want to do? She won't.
You go wait, Kyle.
So this is where it now comes to her point. This is where it now comes to her point, because it's a two-way street. We still need to look at this from the man's side. Not every man is that large-hearted to say sorry. Their ego was bruised, because according to the story, the man said even the next day when he was at work, the elbow, not the physical pain in his chest, that he was still feeling the elbow.
Was that first time he had received that kind of?
I don't know.
No,
I don't live with them. But that was what he said, and he was now saying that because he's a lecturer and she sees women dancing.
Leave that one. Wait, blackmail the woman.
Wait, she said no once. He was
you see women dance. Why for them?
Wait, now I'm the one talking.
This is our life. Where you go.
So wait. Now he didn't say he slept with them. He said when he was talking to that man of God, that when he's seeing all of these people dangling in front of him, and he's remembering that the woman elbowed him, that the temptation is there. Wait, so that's why he was asking that pastor. So, okay, in this scenario, what do I do? Now, because it was content, I didn't get to hear what the pastor said. But I've listened to another relationship pastor that said, in that scenario, the onus is now on the woman to say, okay, my husband, I rejected you this time for whatever reason. I will be willing tomorrow or next tomorrow.
Make up for it.
So that everybody comes to a middle ground.
We do that.
Not waiting for the man again to pre-book.
If the man wants to, the man can book. Either somebody is saying, for me, if it happens to me, like anybody can book. It doesn't have to be because anybody can book.
Book.
Yeah, because today you might not even be in the mood.
But actually, the truth is that if the woman is if they had discussed and the woman knows that she hurt him and it's really
not physical. If it was physical, even the sorry body act.
He did the physical.
It's not the physical.
The fact that he was rejected.
One that was rejected.
Okay, but aside that, even in such scenario, whether the woman can make it up by next time, I rejected this man. Okay, let me. Even if you don't want to, you can use body language to, by
one time rejection should not make him go.
No, but we don't know.
We are talking about it's a long-term marriage, so it might not be one time. It might not be maybe consistent. It could be on and off. And for all those that experience kind of, I'm tired, I don't want to do today or tomorrow, and then try and at least as a woman, try and make it up. It's like a form of apologizing for I hurt your feeling that day. Okay, let me make it up for you. Let me make it up to you, and then that will, So it's a matter of balancing. It's balancing. The woman can still say, okay, since you booked now, okay, when you are ready, come and book again. That will still be like.
I like that. Booking. And the woman might not even want to. There are some women that go through hormonal imbalance. Maybe she is experiencing PCOS, which is reducing her libido,
menopause.
Things like that happen. That's why I said communication. That the man should not call your wife and say, I've noticed this trend in you. It might be something she might not even want to. She might not think about. Like she might not even know that is happening to her or want to discuss with her. So when a man, or if it's the other way around, so that it won't be men all the time. Like communicate. I've been noticing this trend. When I touch you kind of what if the lady is even seeing someone else or about to see someone else outside, and if the husband pull her back, maybe that would make her reason.
You say you are having premenopause and they go with somebody else.
I'm just saying they be
other scenario. So sorry.
Yeah, there might be different factors attributed to why she's elbowing the husband.
The man not happy. I'm just saying. I might be wrong.
And I hope you get our discussion. I know there are lots of different views and all that. Yeah, that's what life is all about. But I think most importantly, we are after the peace, health,
in a home,
and happiness in every home.
Yes.
So your home, your spouse. Yes. Don't change abnormally. Try and make the change along in your change.
Yeah.
And let not the change be behavioral change that makes you go down the moral road.
Right.
Something that you can still understand. If you're dressing, you can always adjust. If it is in the matter of house chores and cooking, you can always adjust. But when it becomes behavioral change, where you are now more insultive, whether from the man or the woman, abusive, verbally and physically, then that is a problem. You need counseling.
Exactly.
You need
Exactly.
counseling.
Exactly.
So this is from us to you, saying, join us on our live next time.
All righty. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you, everyone. Thank